Okay, you ready? Do you want JW Neal or Jim Neal?
Jim's one.
Okay. Hello, our next author is Jim Neal. Get this, the author of Ain't Nobody Really Happy at the Bottom Except Catfish. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Suppose for the moment that you had the ability to change one flaw in the world, one imperfection. What would that be? Now, before I tell you my answer, it's in the book. It's a story that happened in my life. And I'm going to have to take you back to 1960. Some of you can't go that far back, but that's where I need to take you. It was idyllic time in America. JFK hadn't been elected. We hadn't weathered the Vietnam War, and we hadn't been to the moon. It was a great time, and I grew up in a little town. 2 summers before that, I had worked the field. I had picked strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, apples, peaches, tomatoes. If it grew, I picked it. But that summer, I was going to turn 13. I said, Dad, I don't want to work the fields. I want to mow lawns. He said, okay. Go out and find 20, 25 yards, and we'll go get you a mower. So I went. In 2 days, I had the allotted number, and I went home and got Dad, and Dad said, let's go get a mower. So we went down to John Strayline's hardware store. Now, it was right out of Mayberry, USA. It's a small hardware store, a big hardware store. It had everything in it, from soup to nuts. And as a matter of fact, in town, they had a saying that if John doesn't have it, you don't need it. And as we got down there, we walked up the 7 steps, and there were those mowers all lined up. Dad says, which one do you want? Well, I saw what I wanted. Picture it with me. I'm a little guy. I know I was pretty big, but I got up there, and there it was. Had a yellow, beautiful yellow base. Had a brilliant white Briggs & Stratton engine. But what caught my attention is what it didn't have. It didn't have a rope. That was the first year they had the lever. You could turn it over on crank it up, turn it over to start, and poof, that puppy took off. Dad said, you sure that's the one you want? I said, yes. So we went into the hardware store, got all the other stuff, put it up on the counter. He added it up. I was looking for Dad, said, hey, you going to pay for this stuff? And then I heard the words. He said, John, the boy needs credit. And I realized I was buying it. He said, he'll be in here every Saturday to pay for it until it's paid. I have to hurry. But he grabbed me as I got ready to leave, and he said, shake John's hand. And I put my little 13-year-old paw up there, grabbed by a grizzly, calloused hand of 70 years. And my dad took me, and he turned me around, and he looked me in my eye. And he said, son, I want to tell you something. When you put your hands to it, and you give your word for it, you damn well better do what you say you're going to do. Be true to your God. Be true to yourself. And as Polonius said to his son, above all else, be true to yourself. Because as sure as day follows night, then you cannot be false to any man. God bless you.